Okay, hello. This is Arrabella from Arabella's Heart for Book Art. It's quite a mess. I did promise myself to clean up, but I let it get messy, so it's my own fault. What also happened is I had sticky fingers. I grabbed my book like this, somewhere around here. You can see my finger marks. I grabbed it somewhat like this, and yeah, something came off, so that is my fault, of course. I should have never grabbed it. And I also saw marks on another page that I grabbed, so over here and over here. And well, I thought that I would show you because here I grabbed it, and this came out really dark, but I don't, yeah, that doesn't matter to me. And here the string is all glued. But yeah, that doesn't matter to me. So what I'm going to do next is I did stamp, but I didn't stamp every page. I did stamp a few pages because here, over here, I did a leaf, and look at the grunginess of those pages. Don't you love it? Here you also see the text still from the children's book, and you see so many layers that will bring you that energy that LorriMarie is always talking about. So yeah, I did. I think I'm going to, yeah, now what I did was Mod Podged everything, because what I was using, the deco glue, that's almost gone now, and the decoupage is not suited for that. So this is varnish glue, but it's for textile, so it's a little bit a strange consistency, looks like white puke. So, but that is not something I can use to do. It's not that good. Yeah, that just doesn't work. So I just wanted to show you, to let you enjoy as well the yumminess of these pages. And I also saw a different shape in my book. So when you turn it like this and you do this, this becomes sort of a heart. So that's why I baptized my book The Heart of the Geisha. So I'm going to do something with a heart shape, but I don't know exactly. Perhaps I will just doodle it onto it. That is okay, of course. So I want to start today by putting in the next layers, and I have enough, just about enough in my Mod Podge, so I will use my Mod Podge, because I'm a use what you have kind of girl. So, and the cover I will do last. And what I thought was, well, you have these broken pieces, well, just glue one of the art layers on top, right? So that is my whole idea now, and that was already my idea. So I will also want to show you these stickers that I got, and they are gold foiled, and they are sort of craft paper like, and I thought I could make some shadows, also shadow figures with this. And then yeah, because also when I saw this, it was a little bit, yeah, it reminded me a little bit of those leaves, and here is a feather. So yeah, I think I'm going to do something with this on the cover. That is now my idea. I have two of these, but I could only find one, because I'm rearranging my whole area here. So, and I also put some back, my back, how do you call them? My back muscles, so I'm really in pain. And I was so laughing because I did find my other gel print, but I did make a tear into it. But I thought I will find another plastic container and then make these into small parts, and then I will make sure that this will go in the microwave, and I will water it down again, or how do you call that? And yeah, so I wanted to take you along for that ride. So, but first I want to find a new container. So I always watch my packaging, as if you watch my videos more often, you know this. But I really often use packages, so I will keep my packages in check. And I thought about making a round one. I had a round one at one point that was from a lid from a cake, so I just washed it really well and then I made a round one. So I'm thinking about doing something like that, but yeah, the way I do it is if I find a shape that I like. So this shape was also really interesting to me, a little bit oval, but not quite the same size on the edges, and I just made really beautiful things with this, also because I love the edge, and that is also what I'm yeah, that's what I also what I'm always looking out for. So this sheet was for something else. My daughter wanted to make something, but she never did that. So I used this to yeah, really try to yeah, so protect this. So okay, I'm just not finding the words. And I also want to show you something really fun, because this I bought for my slippers, so you don't slip in your slippers. You don't slip, the lady told me. And this is really also made of, how do you call that? That jelly stuff. So I thought perhaps I could mount some of my some of these onto it. No, they don't go. Well, that's just fine. Or I could make some marks with it. So see, if I squeeze, I will make this mark. Won't that be crazy? I think if I wet it just a little bit, this will stick. But I just thought that I wanted to now this is the perfect tool to blend makeup. Oh, it looked just like those thingies that I bought for my slippers. Okay, strike that whole conversation. So this yeah, this really could make something yeah, silicone, that's the word. It looks a little bit like silicone. So let me put that aside as well. And what I also found, a few videos ago, I showed you one of these, and this you can use to stamp with or to mask with. So in a few cases I have the mask and I have the thing sort of cut out. Die cuts, yeah, sort of die cuts, but you can buy them all prepared already, so I can do fun stuff with that, perhaps for the shadows, for the shadow figures, I mean. And what I also found were a few of my geishas that that's now sticking. So I cut her out to make the shadow figure. And this one is still mounted onto the brown paper. And I also found some magazine pages with sort of, yeah, this is a bicycle with that makes a shadow. That's somebody else's art. And here you also see shadow. But this really is for inspiration, right? So I want to use these stickers. I think they are going to go on the cover some kind, or I don't know exactly. So I do have ideas, but I don't have, yeah, a plan. I did have a plan, but that didn't work as well as I wanted, but well. So I also found this, and this is for to put your pen on, and this is really a little bit Japanese. This reminds me of a Japanese sliding door or something, so I thought that I also could make some inky marks with this. So I think I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to get my stains on and just go right into it, right? So this is just brown. I could also use another color, but I just want to see what will happen if I do this. Make it a little bit substantial, just to be sure. I don't know exactly how good this will go, so let me do that over here. No, that is not visible at all. I think this would work better with some paint, so I think I'm going to do that with this paint. Perhaps, should I do that before the strips? I think that will work better before the strips, but I'm not really sure about that. I could also use my of course use my Ecolina for this. So let me try if that will work. So just put some Ecolina. First get this thingy, and then put some Ecolina on. Divide it a little bit already, so that I can get it to go a little bit. Just trying and see what happens. So you could also make some marks onto the gel plate with this, but this also will stain a lot, so I would recommend to use your own gel prints for that. So your own homemade, I mean. I would just press it in, scoot it over, and press it in again. This is really a good idea, this thingy, to try to use this. This is really, instead of, oh, of course it will do that. I didn't think about that. It just made blobs. What can I use for that? If only I had something. Yeah, I could of course see if this will make it a little bit more solid. I didn't think about that would happen, so, but well, I think I will have to use my acrylics for this. I'm sorry, I was out of frame a little bit. I just am trying with this again. It is quite a soft color, so I would think that could happen. Yeah, I think I really best to use my pearl. Yeah, I can't get the shape onto that with this. So okay, let me put that aside, and this I will I think I will just paint this for now to make that go away. I could also do white gesso. Perhaps that would work as well. So And that would really stand out if I'm now would use, instead of dark things, would use also a white, a lighter color. It's also possible, of course, and I think I'm just going to paint it on with a thinner that I could dip. I don't know if this will work as well, because because this is also not really that solid, so, but I want to see what I think about this. It's now mixing with the other colors, so I just want to yeah, I want to see what happens really. I will just make it for a small smaller area. I will paint it for a smaller area and then try it out if this is even visible. Yeah, I just want to try it out. I guess this works on the jelly plate, and then I could pick it up from the jelly plate. That could also be a good idea for you guys to try. And this is of course now wet also, so I could really mount this whole thing onto it. What do you think about that? Yeah, now it's a little bit visible, but it's a little bit too, yeah, this is not visible enough, of course. So white paint could work, or yeah, I could do this. I could also use my let me see if I have something beside me to put this on. A little piece of cardboard or something. I do have a small piece. Wait, I have brown paper. I'm just going to pull that for now. Yeah, I just want to see. I don't want on my book anymore. Yeah, you see? It's looking like that now. So I'll just turn this around. And then when I'm done stamping this, I will go on with the strips to mount the strips with the Mod Podge onto it. So the biggest thing that I thought that I think it's a little bit difficult. Yeah, if I pick up my big gel plate, this would be done in a jiffy. But I'm obviously really stupid. And I'm trying it like this. So just painting it on for now. This is, by the way, wood, so I think I also want to incorporate it into the book in some way. I don't know exactly what kind of way, but I think mount it on or do something at least. Concentrating. I just want the whole thing onto it. So like that. Ooh. Oh no, that just happened. Okay, I don't think that this will be really visible, so I want it on another page. that will be a little bit more visible like this. And a little bit more interesting looking. The cover is already so dark, so I don't think that it will really stand out. So, ooh, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I like this very much. See? You see those thingies, marks. Yeah, I think I will try that onto the gel plate as well. So if I only had a roller, it's really difficult without my roller. So I will make all those marks on a few extra pages, I think, or a few. I could also do it like this. Just only a few lines to make that also interesting looking. And pick another page. I'm burning it into that again. It's not really dry in this one. Just picking one on the other side. Pressing, and then whoop. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, that's just another layer. I'm really good at making layers, but I do want to crack on with the designs, because that is something that I am still working on. So I'm a little bit of a background girl, if I'm honest. I do make a lot of backgrounds, did already, but the foregrounds I am really not that good at, and that is also one of my challenges for this, is to yeah, get a little bit better in making those foregrounds, those centerpieces. Or let me just take another page over here. Oh wow, yeah, now I'm liking it, because this is really visible. Even if I'm going to use those strips, I'm not going to put them all over the book, so just in a few areas, but I will show you in a minute. So when this is done, I will stop doing this shape. So then take another page. Which one? Just choose that one. Yeah, it's visible. It's not that loudly visible as I wanted it to be. So I'll put this aside for a minute. This is water based, so I can rinse that out in a minute. And also want to use this. So and that I will stamp on a few pages. Try to use black. Perhaps I will need black acrylics for this, but I first want to try with Memento ink, because I only am reaching the French lily like this, and I can reach everything. So I will just take not over there, because I made a boo-boo. I am going to go for here. Middle is not that visible because I can't reach. I think I can't reach the middle. Yeah, a little bit now. I did. See, if I push it in the middle a little bit, because this edge is really getting in the way, because normally you can use the silicone things. I could also yeah, cut this edge away, but then you will have, yeah, perhaps not as good as a stamp left. But the edges, those are higher than the middle ones, so that is a little bit of a problem, because now I am working with a board book and not with paper, so that makes a difference, of course. So, but I can push on the other side, just make a little bit of noise here and there. See? Like that. Like that. Do something on every page. And also, also, what I wanted to tell you, I have an altered book. I will put a link down below, and that is my first altered book. So that is what I meant, that I don't have a lot of experience yet with altering. So that is my challenge for sure. So now I want to start with those strips already and get my mud pouch and get one of my thingies, one of my old pencils, or yeah, you call it Coston. I think you call them pencils, right? No, pencils are to draw with, but I don't know exactly how you call them. I'm drawing a blank again. So this I will now put on one of those holes. Also will put some on the back to be sure that I will get all the edges like this. I could also go over it, that will make it interesting looking, more interesting looking. But it will be a little bit difficult, because I have this pine cloth over there, so just picking another one. Let me go for, what you also can do, this is one of my ideas, is to stamp also on these instead of on the books. So really have to clean my desk after this. And also I should have started much earlier with the Mod Podge. If I did start on time, if I did do that, then I wouldn't have sticked my holes into the book. So let's take another placement onto the spine a little bit. That gives a little bit of dimension, and then choosing another one. Perhaps this also has a fun shape. Perhaps go like this to make it really different. And this is just made onto yeah, free paper, right? So that I got in the mail, so you don't have to buy expensive paper. I sometimes do that. Once in a while I am yeah, giving myself a gift, an art gift, and then I will buy something for myself. Just as I did with my large gel plates, that is over here, my 12 by 12 or something, I don't know, something like that. So, or sometimes we'll get some stamps, or the Ecolina, that was also something I bought for myself. So yeah, I'm really enjoying to sometimes spoil myself a little bit. Why not, right? I want another strip, a little bit jaggedy, so that I'm breaking it up or something. Over here, and then with other colors to break that up and go over it with a sealer so that it stays on. So ready, steady, take art. That's what I'm saying to my book, right? This is from the yellow paper. I'm going to do a small strip over here like that, or the other way around, to break it up again, right? Put a little bit too much onto this, because this paper is really a tough cookie. It's a little bit fatter. No, that's not the word. Bigger, heavier paper. That is it. Like that. And here I see some circles. That's also fun. But I made black. So I will put that on the other hole that I made myself. Accidentally with my sticky fingers. So a little bit interesting looking. How I'm placing it, I mean. I also see a little hole over there, but that won't be noticeable when I'm done. So making a hole or doing something extra interesting, that's something I am contemplating still. So yeah, let's go over there. Like this. I really pulled my back strings really bad. So I hope I can visit my daughter and get a real small thingy and putting back. Perhaps it's stuck on the table as well. What do you think? Could be. And this I'm doing a little bit crooked, or it just came off. Yeah, here's also a little bit of paper. I think I also made the mistake to push it onto the table, I think. Push it onto my desk. I have some yummy shapes as well over here. I think I'm going to put the green one there. And then I will look at some other pages to work on. So for me the hard part is to make the art. Yeah, I can draw and I can paint, and not to put that all together. I did do that with the first book I ever made. So I know I can, but so I tore the pages and my art pages, I did that without any inspiration. So that was my idea. But this happened. I made floating, I'm laughing at myself. I made floating flower pots. So that was really a fun thing to do. A little bit more mud podge I need over here. So the ink is reacting onto the mud podge over here, so I hope that that will dry up a little bit cool. And not all one color, right? So perhaps do some more layers when I'm done filming. More layers of the mud podge, I mean. So that's why I didn't want to start on the cover. Because now I can't work. Oh, this is really looking cool. I like it. I like it already. Put some stuff aside. And now I really have to clean up my desk. This is really getting so... yeah, this is not good. Okay, this perhaps go over there. Let me make some rough edge again, and also want to ink the edge, I think. Yeah, that's really cool. It's also an idea that you can do. Those dots as well. Now, you can also already think about a spot and then put the Mod Podge already over there, of course, because it's okay to get it onto your book. I mean, like this, a little bit crooked, and this is really a fun shape, so. Crooked. So if I do want to make a hole or something, or a hatch or something, then I would have to cut also into these. So that will make it a little bit more challenging, but I do want to think about that. So to make something, a door, or yeah, I don't know exactly what yet, but so the extra cool one I'm saving for the cover. You see it, right? Like this. Something over here. And what I was afraid of is that the colors wouldn't really go together, but they do. So I don't have to be afraid about that. That I just was so different with the colors when I went and used purple, and then I used the metallic paint. Then I used those Ecoline, it's different, all those different colors. Yeah, that's really fun. Here it's standing up a little bit, so I'm really forcing that down with a little bit more Mod Podge, so that it does not come up when it's dry. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, making a crooked shape out of that. I'm sticking it down crooked, I mean. So, yeah, onto the book is a little bit more easy, but I wanted to pick up this. Let me just grab that. A little bit frugal sometimes, but that's just the nature of the beast. Well, not a beast, but you know what I mean. And want to use those bricks a little bit over there, I think, or should I do it here? Even if it's a little bit large, I think, yeah, I think I want it, yeah, I want it a little bit skinnier, because I also want one standing up straight. almost tried to change my mind without me knowing it, so yeah, I love that. So the ink is running, so I'm careful. I do see another really interesting one over here, so I'm going to just use this. What I do learned already is that just go for it, and not to think it over too much. That's something that I am really did learn already, so I'm happy about that. But I have a lot that I can learn, and that is with the focal points and that kind of stuff. That's something that I'm not really, yeah, I didn't practice as much. And at first I thought, well, perhaps I'm just not a focal, a girl that loves to use those focal points. Perhaps I'm just a background girl, right? What I already told you. But when I started my altered book, yeah, my first one, then I discovered that I did like to make focal points and think about the design, and yeah, so, and what I said, I already made something like that for my sister. This my so my first book was also a little bit with, yeah, torn up papers, and then I saw an elephant in it, and in the other one, and then I tore it into more of an elephant, and the other one were flower pots, and then I made them from big to small, and they floated away. So yeah, so I know that I'm just talking myself into courage, right? That's all I'm doing, really. So I think I like the cover like this. What do you think? This one is already drying, this side. Wow. I like that. I like it a lot. It seems to be that it's one thing, that it's fitting together. I mean, this one keeps going up, so I would have to do something about that, I think. Let me think about it and see if I have still a small strip like this one. Yeah, why not? It does seem to fit over there, so I mean, for the energy and for the balance, I am always looking for sort of a balance. What seems to be looking pretty at the time, it's more of a feeling, and try to balance. It doesn't have to be perfectly the same, but if you do something on one side, you want it on the other side, and then just work until you see, until your eye is really happy with what your eye is seeing, right? Yeah, so for instance, I want here, and this was a nice piece, a tail, this one had a tail, but yeah, I did have to rip the tail off of this one to make it work. So you see, just putting in something in the corner, and then it's instantly really different. So I hope you all will try something like this. With the fabric and the paper, I think I will have to, yeah. So this is the cover. Now you know how I do it, and I will be back and show you all those. Yeah, this is keep coming up. So I think I'm going to do what LorriMarie always does, and then when it's a little bit dry enough, put a bag of rice onto it, and then this will go down. Only one thingy is sticking up, but well, I'm just